Johannesburg. It's a 6-round heavyweight clash, and I think it's going to be exciting. Both these fighters billed as tough contenders. Bilnes, a knockout puncher. Pungula, a man that appreciates a good, tough fight, and he's really strong on the hands as well. He can really use those fists and punch very well. The tail of the tape, Bilnes on the left, 23 years old. He's fighting Pungula, 25, 6 fights to 10, 1 loss for Bilnes and no losses for Pungula, and I think this is going to be a very exciting clash.
Zinkani zababili kodwa ke siza ukuthi ngabe batheni ngaphambi kwalempi ngoba sikhulumile nabo sifuna ukwazi ukuthi ngabe bahlele kanjani ngabe mapha amaqhinga futhi abazosebenzisa kulempi ngalo ndlela sithanda ukuthi sinikeze ithuba nezizwele nani ngaweni ngoba thina bese sike sakhuluma nabo.
Well, I'm training him for now for 6 months, and I got some heavyweights in the club, and he can take a good body punch. I don't think that will be a problem for Dimitre.
I think it's very important. If I win this fight, I will be well known in this country, and I will achieve a great privileges, a better privileges.
At the moment, we are not going to go to ringside yet. We're just waiting for Pungula. He didn't have one of his shin guards on. They're just changing the shin guards at the moment. On the left of the screen, you have the Russian. He is Dimitre Bilnes. That's why we had Sean Moorcroft translating for him. Moorcroft, of course, the world champion. In picture now, you can see just the pads on Pungula's shins are being changed at the moment. There was a problem with the pads as he came in, and they decided to put other pads on. But Bilnes, as I said, he's a Russian. He's now a resident in South Africa, being trained by South Africa's world champion, that is Sean Moorcroft. Moorcroft is such a tough fighter himself, and he's very excited about what's going to happen for him this year. They're planning a world title fight for him, a defense of his world title, and he's a good trainer as well. He comes from a professional boxing circles where he was a successful professional boxer in the era of Brian Mitchell. What do you think of this fight, Simon?
I think this fight is going to be one of the greatest fights of this afternoon. Kanti-ke nje ngake ngichaze laphana ngokubaluleka kwama-chin pads laphana. Akufanekanga ukuthi kube nento ekuhluphayo laphana eringini ngani ngoba siyabona ukuthi umdlalo lona ongahlobe ingozi ngempela. Kufanele ukuthi ukhululeke engqondweni njengoba ngingachaza ngathi kufanele ukuthi bese simeni esigculisayo nesizingeni eliphezulu kakhulu ngempela laphana engqondweni ngisho nasemzimbeni.
Yes, well, Bilnes is a Russian, and in true Russian flavor, these are usually very tough fighters. We've seen a couple of Russian kickboxers coming here. Clinton Marchand, our world champion that's fighting tonight, he actually fought a Russian and fought to a draw the first time they fought for a South African world title. And there's Pungula. He's coming into the ring now. He seems like he's ready, and this is going to be a heavyweight clash to remember if I know Pungula and I know the reputation of the Russians. We're going to go to Roy van der Spy ringside now for the announcement.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome back to all this center. The next fight is in the cruiserweight division and once again over 6-1. Between on my left, his weight 83 kilograms, his record 10 fights, 10 wins, 4 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Durham, let's hear it for Patrick Pungula.
That's Pungula, the tough man from Durban.
On my right, his weight 85 kilograms. His record, 11 fights, 9 wins, 2 knockouts and 2 losses. From Russia, fighting out of Johannesburg, we have Dimitre Bilnes. Our judges for the fight is going to be the hot table. Our judges, Mr. Alan Russell, Andre Westcott, and Paul West. The time dealer, Johan Ross. Thank you.
Bilnes, the bigger of the two fighters. And I think it's going to be an exciting fight. I hope the referee doesn't have a problem understanding Bilnes. He's a Russian, doesn't understand English all that well. Round 1 of 6. On the right, Pungula. On the left, Bilnes.
Patrick Pungula waziwa kakhulu kweza lapha ni full contact karate. Insizwa lana yakahlabana isikhathi eziningi mangabhala nje ama-trophy akhe laphana maningi kakhulu laphana abalelwa laphana emashumini amane ngeke ngawabona. Insizwa lena isihlabana isebenza kanzima futhi inamandla injalo njena kanti futhi ke izimisele kakhulu ngalomdlalo laphana e-kickboxing. Back kick enhle kakhulu sengathi ithole indawo. Dirk Dippenau.
Well, Pungula started in typical fashion. He's very tough. He hurts his man. And Bilnes, yes, giving the standing 8 count. He's been hurt. Seems like it's the midriff. Pungula's come out with a flurry, and he's really hurt the Russian early on in this fight.
Bengisachaza ngithi laphana yebo uBilnes komele uthi ngempela laphana aqine ngempela ngani ngoba uPatrick Pungula insizwa oyaziwa kakhulu kulomdlalo onjengalona insizwa enesibindi iyasebenza ngaso sonke isikhathi laphana ihlala ejimini ngesikhathi esiningi laphana izilungiselela isisawu siqine ngendlela eyinqaba uma ngabe nje engaqaphelisisa kuphela laphana uPungula angiboni ngempela eba nobuzima kulempi.
Well, Bilnes definitely not as quick to the punch as Pungula, and he's going to have to defend the body. Pungula hurt him on the body to start off with, and seems like that's going to be his strategy, hurt the body and go for the head a little bit later. Pungula has definitely come off the better from this clash in this first round.
Uthi uthaqaphelisise laphana uPatrick Gani ngoba ngibona sengathithi uthanda ukwehlisa amagathi laphana akudingekile ngempela uthathembe ukuthi laphana unamandla futhi okwamanje usayiqaka lensizwa angisho ahlangane nembila zithutha uma ngabe ngakubhekisisi lokho.
Bilnes puts his head down and he just punches. Came off probably the better of that. Didn't hurt Pungula, but yes, as we expected, this has been a clash to remember. The referee just warns Bilnes to keep his hands up. End of round 1. And I'll give that to Pungula.
Insizwa lena enamandla insizwa ezimisele kakhulu ngalomdlalo kanti insizwa ethule ayinawo amagama amaningi ithi kukhulunywa eringini.
Hands up. Okay.
Kanti ke ophethe uPatrick Pungula phana uyena uDuvage kanti ke yebo ngeke ngasho laphana uDimitri uphethe uSean Macross.
Coming in, it was Pungula all the way, the shorter of the two men, really muscling his way and then hurting the body. You can see that shorter punches really hurting Bilnes with those short punches. A kick as well, and he scored very well to the body, and that was the time when Bilnes decided to take the standing 8 count. Coming in now, Pungula is squaring up his man, and then he connects with that big reverse heel and really hurt Bilnes, and you could see that he was hurt, covering up, trying to recover from that big kick. Another one coming through to the short trip.
Sisemzuswaneni wesibili ngengasho ngathi kokubika ukuthi ngithapha kube nokuqaphelisisa okusezingeni eliphezulu mangithi inhlangothi zombili ngani ngoba lezi zinsizwa zikhombisa ukuba namandla ngempela zombili siyambona nalapha uBilnes ngazibekile phansi yawathatha futhi amagalelo enjalo nje.
Pungula stalking his man, absolutely following him around the ring, not giving him a moment's rest. Seems to be fitter than the Russian. Scoring at will almost now. Big reverse kick, it didn't really work. Referee stops that fight just momentarily, but great action from these two heavyweights.
Uyamthenga laphana okaBilnes kodwa kathengeke uPungula kuze kwenjengamanje. Uphenduka kahle kakhulu kuze kwenjengamanje kodwa ngiyalibona iphutha lakhe laphana sengathithi uthanda ukuthi ahlisa amagathi wakhe laphana lokho cishe kumbeke engozini.
Well, Bilnes is going to know that he's been in a fight, and he's fighting one tough South African.
Umfune eduzane okaPungula ukugijimisa inkundla yonke ngengakhaza ngathi kodwa ukuthi aqaphelisise ngempela laphana yebo uPatrick Pungula ngani ngoba sikhona leso sibhakela uma ngabe ungaphikisisi ngempela esishuba emoyeni sihlale ngempela sibeke phansi uma ngabe ungaphikisisanga.
Just a few words from the referee there. The fight becoming a bit of a brawl, not clean-cut combinations. Whoa! And he comes with a big reverse punch right onto the jaw for Pungula, but Pungula didn't really take any strain, but that was an excellent punch from the Russian, and scored well with that. Pungula still coming forward though. The Russian goes down. I think he slipped more than it was a punch. We'll see what the referee does. Yes, wipes the gloves, and they're going to go on.
Iphutha lokuhlisa amagazi laphana kuPungula sengathithi liyanda lombeke engozini mangabe ngaphekisisi.
Asking his corner just to fix up that pad. It was essential that those pads are well covered, covering the feet well, because this is a very dangerous sport. End of round 2.
uphela kanjalo mziswana wesibili ngibona laphana uPatrick sesishentshile emela laphana ngonyawo lwesinqele luphambili kanti umthetho wakhe ulwa ngonyawo lwesinqele luphambili. Ngoba lezi zinto sezizibonisile ukuthi zinamandla zombili. Insizwa besiyazi kahle kakhulu ukuthi inamandla ngiyena laphana uPatrick Pungula. Kanti-ke yebo Bilnes na usibonisile ukuthi hayi khona uyakwazi ngempela ukuthi asiphendulele nxashana laphana eringini. Uqala kanjalo-ke umziswana olandela wesithathu.
Round 3 of this heavyweight clash. Patrick Pungula and the black and red trunks fighting the Russian South African, now lives in South Africa, is from Russia, Dimitre. And it's furious action as these two fighters explode. They decide, no, time to stop. Pungula keeps coming forward though. He's the shorter of the two men and he's definitely come off the better of these clashes so far. Oh, and Bilnes connects with that big reverse punch again. Pungula's bleeding now, but he seems to be fine. The referee just shakes off those gloves. They can continue. That was an excellent reverse punch. It's the second time in this fight that the Russian has scored with that punch.
Sangathethi lamthukuthelisa ngempela igazi laphana uPatrick Pungula. Kanti-ke ngisaphinda ngithi udinga ukuthi amagatsi akahlala phezulu asiqaphele esa-spinning hand laphana ngani ngoba siyingozi kuze kwenje ngamanje. Kanti sengathithi isivinini noma isibhudubhudu khona ukuthi asehlise kancane. Asazi noma azomtshela-ke ikhona lakhe ukuthi aqaphelesise kanjalo. Ngani ngoba uma ngabe ngempela laphana soyesebenzisa isivinini esikhulu kakhulu uthanda ukuthi ngempela amagalelo akhe ungabisakwazi ukuthi wacunge kahle ayithole njalo.
Bilnes has now seen that he's scoring with that reverse punch, that backhand punch, and he keeps trying that, and he's scored twice with it. The third time he nearly scored, and I think Pungula's going to have to watch out for that. He scores again, but what's this time to the top of the head. Can be dangerous, can hurt the hand. But he's realized that he's got a winning punch, and it's about the only combination that has worked against this ever-constant Pungula that keeps chasing him around the ring. Blood on both fighters' noses now. It's been a bloody tough contest.
Sengathithi kuyolamula istamina nensizwa ngempela enawo amandla ukuthi ime laphana noma kunzima. Ngaphandle kwalokho ikhona izuma phansi.
And it's now Pungula that keeps his man in the corner, scores well.
Camera is nothing so. You need to keep your back spin is working very well, okay? Your back end, Dimitre. Huh? Fuck that. 3 more. Huh? 3 more.
On the replay, Pungula scores well, then Dimitre comes back, and short right punch that really worked well, but it was the South African Pungula that really kept Bilnes very, very busy in this round, scoring well, but both fighters taking the toll, bleeding from the nose.
Understand me? Come.
Liyashona ilanga lishona nendaba zalo ngempela singena emzuswaneni wesine kasazi ukuthi ngabe iyozala nkomone na. Insizwa ezimbili laphana ezikhombisa amandla ayinqaba, sikhombisa laphana isibindi, sikhombisa laphana yebo ngempela ukwamela amagalelo hlangothi zombili. Dimitre Bilnes obuya mangithi obuya kwelase Russia utholana phezulu noPatrick Pungula kwalapha eDurban.
Round 4 of 6, heavyweight clash. In the red and black and red trunks, Patrick Pungula from Durban taking on Dimitre Bilnes, and he, of course, comes from Johannesburg. He now lives in Johannesburg.
Washo kaPhungula wathi irish advantage laphana gayishaya imkhuba ngempela ngani ngoba uzofika qathatha kuyena laphana uBilnes. Ngibona sengathi indlela ngempela leyo ayihlelile futhi uyayisebenzisa kuze kube njengamanje.
Still Pungula though boring forward, keeping Bilnes off his pace. Both these fighters showing each other a lot of respect. Down goes Bilnes. Probably more of a slip this time again. It's become a little bit of a sloppy fight. He's all right, no harm done. They continue. Pungula also now bleeding from the nose still. They haven't been able to contain that blood. Trying those clubbing punches. And typical of heavyweights, a lot of clashing. And he tries that reverse punch again and connects again. Every time he tries that punch, Pungula is not ready for it, and he connects with that punch. And that was the punch that started the bleeding in Pungula's nose in the earlier rounds.
Spinning hand esiphuma kuyena uBilnes sengathithi sona simxaka ngempela laphana kaPhungula. Sithanda ukuthi simphazamise ecabangeni kwakhe laphana ngendlela engisibona sihlala ngayo sithola indawo. Kanti ke ngachaza ngathi uma ngabe amagalelo ephezulu yakwazi ukuthi ngempela usheshe lapha ukuvike mangabe igalelo enjengalena leza. Kanti ke futhi timing nangokunjalo ibalekile mangabe kunjalo.
I don't think Bilnes' timing has been as good as he'd wanted it to be. He scored well with that reverse. That's the only well-timed punch, but the others haven't really done the damage that it should have done. But this has been a very tough fight so far. End of round 4.
Singathethi ngempela kolamula istamina asizwe ukuthi kodwa ke amakhona abona kanjani.
On the replay, tries that big one and that big reverse punch, and it connects on the button. And if Pungula's not careful, it's going to be the end of him before they go through.
Yimpi yosondo nzima zanethana ngempela kunzima nhlangothi zombili sithi nxashana sithi laphana sithi uyayithwala ngempela uPatrick Pungula aphenduke uBilnes laphana ngesihle ispinning hand laphana sihlala siyithole indawo khalo ndlela ke kasazi ukuthi iyothi ifela laphana emzuswana wokugcina kuyobe kuhamba kanjani na ngabe ubani uyoyinqoba le
Spin, right? Spinning.
Sean McCroft elokhu emkhuthaze njalo nje ukuthi athi spin ezama ukumkhuthaza ukuthi makasebenzise lesi sandla sakhe aphenduka ngaso sihlala siyithole indawo kodwa sengathithi ke kuze kube njengamanje ngasishaya imkhuba ngempela uPatrick Pungula lokho ke kuyingozi ngani ngoba xashana igalelo likuthola kumele siqaphelisise lingahle likufake inkinga.
Here he comes through with that reverse punch again, and he connects with another one, and Pungula is absolutely rocked into action as he tries to recover from those two big punches that came his way. He doesn't seem to be too hurt. He's coming back with furious action. Yes, this has been a great heavyweight clash.
Uphungula ngashana nje ngempela engakwazi ukusebenzisa izandla zakhe kahle kakhulu laphana njengensizwe enamandla laphana angaba nexus elihle kakhulu kulomdlalo. Ngiyabona amagalelo engena laphana ethola ndawo kodwa wathatha kalula njena.
Down he goes, yes. Pungula's done well. He's hanging on the ropes, getting a standing 8 count. That was a left hook to the eye that really connected well. Bilnes still reeling from that punch to the eye, shaking his head. I think it hurt more than it knocked him senseless. He's taking the count. The referee's watching him. That eye is definitely... Yes, that's over. It was a...
Patrick Pungula uke washo wathi gaxushwa yena laphana ufuna ukuthi insizwa emnikeze umdlalo mhlambe ke lokho ngempela ukusikhombisile ngani ngoba umelena nabo bonke ubuzima abehlangana nabo laphana eringini ugcina ukuthi insizwa ayishaye ahlule ukuqhubeka nalo mdlalo.
Well, another thing, of course, Simon, he retains his unbeaten record. It's now gone to 11 fights. Pungula is still unbeaten.
Sibone ngokucothayo ukuthi ngabe zibanethe kanjani. Ngikhabe uPatrick uqede kanjani ilempi nango laphana ezama kumcupha elona laphana yebo uBilnes engazibekile phansi kanti ke lo emnameke njalo laphana uPatrick Pungula esanga ukuthi athole intuba ephenduka naso isibhakele esibene ingozi laphana esimshaya ngempela samqeda amandla laphana uBilnes.
Then he continues that, and that was enough. The fight is over.
Simele nje isinqumo sangokomthetho ngani ngoba sibalekile kanti ke singathithi ngempela livalekile noma lilimele lapha nehlo lakhe uBilnes ngendlela engibona ngayo.
Yes, you can already see that eye is coming up very badly. Well, we have the decision. We're waiting for Roy van der Spy. We go ringside now for the official decision.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And the winner by a technical knockout in 1 minute and 3 seconds of the first round from Patrick Pungula.
Unqoba kanjalo uPhungula woduma ngalondlela choma laphana phamsonyo lakhe lapha khombisa yebo ubunyoni inqoba yakhe ngeke ngasho ngathi insizwa lena enamandla insizwa ebonakala enekusasa kulomdlalo.
11 fights, 11 knockouts for Pungula.